how long have you been looking into this situation with the Texas Medical Board?
Probably since about '07.
What have you experienced, or what are you hearing from the physicians?
Well, I first got involved when I found that the Texas Medical Board was acting in a way that totally denied doctors due process when they went down there for their informal settlement conferences. And in essence, the more I investigated the medical board, I started getting input from people who actually worked for the medical board. And one of the perfect quotes I got from someone who had actually worked for the medical board for a long period of time was that they said that the Texas Medical Board was a rogue agency that no longer sought to benefit the people of Texas, but rather sought to follow some personal agendas of some of the people who, the hierarchy of the medical board. So that's, the more I got into it, the more egregious violations of the law I saw, as well as the fact that that here you could have a agency that could discipline a doctor, and in essence, very often there was very little, if any, evidence behind the reason they wanted to discipline a doctor.
So you're saying that complaints could have been initiated to the Texas Medical Board with a personal agenda?
Even a state representative or a state senator cannot, and we have the oversight over this agency. Even we cannot find out who filed a complaint, and we believe very often that those complaints are generated by people who have another agenda other than protecting the health and welfare of the people of Texas.
Wasn't there an instance of where you had an inquiry for open records to your office about some communications you'd had with the Texas Medical Board, and when you checked into it for the Attorney General's office, no problem of releasing open records, which is by law, we the people have the right to have access to? What happened there?
The medical board sued, well, first of all, the Attorney General's office ruled that we did have the right to turn over that information to the person who filed the open records request. But then we were sued by the Texas Medical Board to prevent us from releasing the information. So what ended up, the taxpayer ended up having to pay for was an attorney that was working for the medical board from the Attorney General's office, an attorney working for me from the State Attorney General's office, and then an attorney representing the State Attorney General's office. All three attorneys were there, and basically it was an attempt by the Texas Medical Board from keeping us from releasing information that should have been released.
By law.
By law.
How much money did they spend legal fees altogether?
Oh, you know, it's hard to tell, but it was in the tens of thousands easily.